Hello there. I'm so glad you're here. Let me ask you something you may never have said out loud. Have you ever had a bowl of fruit, something you always thought was good for you, and then hours later you felt tired, bloated, or dizzy, and couldn't quite figure out why? You're not alone, because as we age, even the foods we trust the most can quietly turn against us. We were raised to believe that fruit was one of the safest choices on the plate, a symbol of health, of doing the right thing. But the truth? After 60, not all fruits are created equal, at least not for our bodies. That orange you've had every morning for 40 years, that banana you thought was keeping your heart healthy, they may not be doing what they used to. Our bodies are wiser now, but also more sensitive. Kidneys filter slower. Digestion isn't what it used to be. Medications become part of our daily rhythm. And some fruits, while natural, can spike your blood sugar, raise your potassium, or even clash dangerously with prescriptions you rely on every single day. Here's what no one tells you. Healthy at 30 looks different than healthy at 70. And it's not because you're broken. It's because your body is adapting. It's protecting you in quieter, more fragile ways. But many women, strong, smart, thoughtful women, keep eating the same fruits they always have, wondering why they feel more tired, swollen, or foggy afterward. Not because they're doing anything wrong, but because no one ever updated the rules. That's why today, we're going to gently walk through 7 fruits that could be quietly working against your health after 60. And more importantly, what to enjoy instead. You don't have to give up sweetness. You don't have to fear food. But you do deserve to eat with wisdom, with intention, and with a little more kindness to this body that's carried you through so much. Stick with me, friend. This might change the way you feel after your next bite. Let's begin. Fruit number 1. Starfruit. What looks beautiful isn't always safe. There's a quiet kind of danger that doesn't shout. It doesn't wear warning labels or come with flashing signs. It comes dressed as something good, something lovely. A fruit shaped like a star. Maybe you've picked it up before at the store, intrigued by its golden skin and tropical shape. Maybe it reminded you of a cruise you once took, a time when your days were a little sunnier, your body a little lighter. You thought, I'm eating better now, taking care of myself. Why not add something special? So you slice it into your morning smoothie, add it to your fruit bowl, enjoy it with your tea. It tastes clean, simple, refreshing. It feels like the right choice. But quietly, slowly, without you knowing, it begins to work against you. You feel a little off, a little more tired than usual. You forget a word mid-sentence, shrug it off. Maybe you stood up too fast. Maybe it's just age, but the next day, the dizziness comes back. You're confused in a way that doesn't feel like you. You stare at the grocery list and can't remember why you wrote soap twice. Here's the truth no one told you. Starfruit contains a natural neurotoxin called caramboxin. When you're younger, when your kidneys are strong, they filter it out. No harm done. But after 60, your kidneys naturally begin to slow down. It happens quietly. No alarms, no obvious signs, just a gentle decline, like a faucet that doesn't shut off all the way. And when your kidneys slow, the toxin builds. Not in your stomach, but in your bloodstream. And from there, it can affect your brain, your balance, your clarity. Some seniors experience confusion, others nausea, vomiting, even seizures. And the scariest part? They often don't connect it to the fruit they thought was helping them stay healthy. Let me tell you about Carol. She's 69, lives in North Carolina. She started walking again in the mornings, drinking more water, adding fruit to her breakfast. Starfruit became her little ritual. "It makes me feel tropical," she'd laugh. But within a few weeks, she felt off. Her memory slipped. She lost her appetite. She sat in her car one morning and couldn't remember where she was driving. Her daughter, a nurse, started asking questions. It wasn't the weather. It wasn't her medications. It was the starfruit. Something that once seemed so harmless had become the trigger. 1 in 3 seniors has reduced kidney function and doesn't know it. You might feel fine until something tips the scale. A fruit, a habit, a silent buildup of something your body once handled easily. But this doesn't mean you have to stop enjoying fruit. It means choosing smarter. It means knowing better and doing better. That's not fear. That's wisdom. If you want something bright, try dragon fruit. It's just as stunning, completely safe, and supports your digestion instead of compromising it. Or Asian pear, crisp, cooling, gentle on the kidneys. Even chilled cantaloupe with a touch of mint can offer the same refreshing feel, without the risks. This isn't about giving things up. It's about letting go of what no longer serves you, even if it once did. Even if it looked like a star. Because you deserve food that loves you back. You deserve to feel steady, clear, and grounded in your body. You've earned the right to make choices with grace. And every bite you take now, it should add to your light, not steal it. You're not fragile, you're evolving, and now is the time to eat in a way that honors who you've become, not who you were. That begins with a simple shift, a new fruit on your plate, and a quiet promise to protect your body, like it's protected you all these years. Fruit number 2. Grapes. Small but sneaky. They look so innocent. Nestled in a bowl, chilled and gleaming like little gems. Maybe they remind you of Sunday lunches, sweet moments in the kitchen with your grandkids, or that habit you've had for decades. Reaching for a few grapes after dinner, believing it's the better choice. After all, it's fruit. What could go wrong? But here's the hard truth most people won't say out loud, especially to women like you, who have spent a lifetime making wise, thoughtful decisions. Grapes are healthy, for some people. But for many of us after 60, they carry risks we never saw coming. Let's talk about blood sugar. Grapes may seem light, but they're surprisingly high on the glycemic index, which means they shoot your blood sugar up fast. And what goes up always comes down. That crash you feel mid-afternoon, that wave of exhaustion after a healthy snack, it might not be your energy. It might be your fruit. And here's the catch. It doesn't feel dramatic. You don't always feel shaky or dizzy. Sometimes it just shows up as brain fog, a slight headache, a mood dip. You blame aging. But sometimes it's as simple and as sneaky as what's on your plate. Linda, a bright 69-year-old from Michigan, shared her story with me. She had switched from cookies to grapes as her go-to snack. "I thought I was doing the right thing," she said. "But after eating them, I'd feel heavy and slow. I just thought that was age." But after keeping a food journal, she saw a pattern. Grapes, sugar crash, fatigue. She swapped them out, and within a week felt clearer, lighter. "It wasn't me," she smiled. "It was the grapes." But sugar isn't the only danger. Let's talk about choking. I know it's uncomfortable, but it's real. Our swallowing reflex weakens with age, just slightly. We don't notice it until we do. And grapes, smooth, round, and just the right size to block an airway in 1 second flat. It's not a rare story. It happens often, in homes, at church luncheons, even at the dinner table. One woman, Margaret, told me she was alone when it happened. A single grape lodged the wrong way. She panicked. Thankfully, she coughed it out, but it scared her deeply. "I always thought I'd choke on steak or a pill," she said, "not a grape." So what do? Do we give up grapes forever? Maybe not. But we do get smarter. We slow down. We cut them, always into quarters. We don't snack on them standing, rushing, or while chatting. And we don't eat them alone when we're feeling tired, dizzy, or foggy. We give them the attention they require, and we explore better options. Blueberries. Low in sugar, high in brain-boosting antioxidants. Raspberries. Full of fiber, satisfying, and safe. Honeydew or cantaloupe. Soft, hydrating, easier to chew and digest. These fruits don't just taste good. They're kinder to your system. They don't spike, they don't crash, and they don't hide danger behind sweetness. You deserve food that nourishes not just your body, but your peace of mind. You've earned the right to feel safe in the small things, to enjoy a snack without second-guessing it, to know, without a doubt, that what you're eating is lifting you, not pulling you down. That's not fear. That's wisdom. That's grace. That's choosing what honors the woman you are now, aware, intentional, and still learning, even now. So the next time your hand reaches for those grapes, just pause. Ask yourself, is this what my body needs today? Or is it just what I've always done? And if you decide to reach for something else, something gentler, something smarter, let that be your quiet act of self-respect. Because even in the smallest choices, your well-being matters. And so do you. Fruit number 3, mango, the sugar surprise. There's something about mango that feels indulgent in the best way. The color, the fragrance, the way it slices into soft golden cubes, almost like dessert from nature herself. For many women over 60, mango is a comfort, a symbol of vibrance, youth, and tropical ease. A reminder of warm places and sweet moments. But sometimes the things that feel the most harmless are the ones we question the least. What if I told you that just half a mango, the kind you'd toss into a smoothie or dice into a fruit bowl, can spike your blood sugar faster than a can of soda? That inside all that natural sweetness is a hidden overload, waiting to knock your energy off course and leave you feeling foggy, drained, or worse, inflamed? See, mango has about 23 to 25 grams of sugar per half. That's nearly as much as a slice of cake. But unlike cake, mango wears a health halo. It's natural, fresh, clean. So we don't think twice. And for women in their 60s or 70s, many managing blood sugar sensitivity, hormone shifts, slower metabolism, that's where the danger lies. One of our longtime subscribers, Diane, 69, wrote in saying she couldn't figure out why she felt lightheaded mid-morning. She wasn't skipping meals. She wasn't drinking caffeine. Her breakfast? Oatmeal with mango slices and a little honey. Healthy, she thought. But when she swapped mango for cinnamon apples and added a hard-boiled egg, her brain fog lifted in 3 days. just like that. That's how sneaky fruit sugar can be. And let's not forget another layer. Mango is also high in something called fructose. And while our bodies can process fructose, it's harder on the liver. As we age, our liver becomes more sensitive to overload, especially when it's already busy helping process medications or coping with years of subtle inflammation. Add high sugar fruits daily, and that healthy habit becomes a slow drain on your system. Now, this isn't a ban on mangoes. It's a reminder that even beautiful things need boundaries. Here's what you can do instead. Craving that juicy, refreshing feel? Go for kiwi. It's tangy, rich in vitamin C, and with only about 6 grams of sugar per fruit, it's far friendlier on your blood sugar. Want something cooling and sweet? A few chilled green apple slices sprinkled with cinnamon feel like a treat, not a compromise. If mango is truly your favorite, enjoy it mindfully. 1 or 2 slices, paired with protein or healthy fat, like cottage cheese, a boiled egg, or a spoonful of almond butter, can slow the sugar rush and keep your energy balanced. Never eat it on an empty stomach. And if you're already noticing sugar crashes or midday slumps, track how your body feels after mango. Sometimes it's not age, it's what's on your plate. Because here's the truth. Most diet advice forgets. Women over 60 don't need rules. They need clarity, kindness, and the confidence to make choices that align with their real, changing bodies. Not a wellness trend from 20 years ago. Mango may still belong in your life, but it no longer gets to lead it. That spot belongs to you. Your energy, your intuition, and the foods that love you back. Fruit number 4, oranges. A sour truth behind the sweet glow. You pour a glass of orange juice. It's a habit, maybe even a little ritual. The scent is bright. The taste is familiar. It feels like health, like sunshine in a cup. But what if that same glass, the one you've trusted for decades, is no longer helping you, but quietly hurting you? That's the hard truth many women over 60 are never told. Yes, oranges are rich in vitamin C. Yes, they're natural. But natural doesn't always mean harmless, especially as our bodies shift with time. Here's what changes. Your stomach produces less acid as you age, yet becomes more sensitive to the acids in your food. Oranges, with their bright citrus bite, are one of the most acidic fruits we eat. And when that acid hits an aging digestive system, it can trigger heartburn, bloating, and discomfort that lingers long after the fruit is gone. Have you ever felt a burning in your chest at night, even after a healthy day? That might not be your heart. It could be the orange you had at breakfast, quietly resurfacing when your body is at rest. Then there's your mouth. As enamel naturally thins with age, the acid in oranges wears it down faster. That means more sensitivity, more cavities, and less confidence in your smile. Not because you're doing anything wrong, but because no one told you that even a good habit needs to evolve. And perhaps most dangerous of all? The medication clash. Oranges can interfere with dozens of common medications, from statins and beta blockers to antidepressants and even certain pain relievers. They can alter how drugs are absorbed, intensify side effects, or stop the medicine from working altogether. Elaine, 70, was diligent with her prescriptions. She took them on time, stayed active, and avoided processed foods. But she still wasn't feeling right, dizzy, tired, off balance. Her doctor finally asked, "What do you eat in the morning?" Turns out that 1 glass of fresh orange juice she'd had daily for years was amplifying her medication's effects. One small detail, one big impact. So what can you do instead? Red bell peppers are a surprising hero. They have more vitamin C than oranges, with none of the acid and zero drug interactions. Sweet, crunchy, and kind to your body. They're the upgrade your plate deserves. Or try kiwi. It's packed with antioxidants, supports digestion, and gives you that same citrus lift without the same risks. And if you still want your orange moment, do it wisely. Never have oranges on an empty stomach. Pair them with protein like yogurt or cottage cheese to soften the acid. Skip the juice. It's concentrated sugar and acid with none of the fiber. You're not fragile. You're just different than you were. And that difference deserves to be honored, not ignored. The foods that once fueled you may now need to be replaced, or at least reconsidered. That isn't loss. It's growth. Because this chapter isn't about eating less. It's about living better. And that begins with knowing what your body needs now, not what it needed 20 years ago. So the next time you reach for that orange, pause. Ask yourself not just, is this healthy? But, is this still healthy for me? That question could change everything. Fruit of 5. Dried fruits. Sugar in disguise. They sit quietly in your pantry. In pretty little bags with words like natural, heart healthy, and full of fiber. You toss them into your oatmeal, nibble a few after lunch, or take them on your walk in a zip-top pouch. Dried fruits seem like the perfect snack. Tidy, sweet, and grown from the earth. But here's what most people don't realize until their blood sugar, their belly, or their energy says otherwise. Dried fruit isn't fruit anymore. It's sugar in disguise. When fruit is dried, it shrinks. The water, nature's natural buffer, disappears. But the sugar? It stays. And now it's packed tighter, denser, and more concentrated than ever. One little box of raisins has more sugar than 2 chocolate chip cookies. Just 5 dried figs? That's over 20 grams of sugar, nearly half your daily limit in a few innocent bites. It hits your bloodstream fast, faster than you expect. And for many seniors, especially those managing diabetes or prediabetes, that rapid sugar spike can leave you dizzy, drowsy, or worse, pushing your insulin response into overdrive. But it's not just about the sugar. Many dried fruits, especially the bright-colored ones like golden raisins, apricots, or pineapple, are treated with sulfur dioxide or sulfites. These help preserve the color, but they also irritate sensitive stomachs, trigger migraines, and worsen breathing in those with asthma. Have you ever eaten a handful of dried fruit and felt gassy, bloated, or uncomfortable later? That wasn't your imagination. Marilyn, 70, used to snack on prunes every morning. She thought she was doing the right thing for digestion, but instead of feeling lighter, she felt sluggish and bloated for hours. Her doctor recommended switching to stewed apples. Same benefit, he told her. Less burden. Because the truth is this: our bodies after 60 don't process food the same way. What once felt harmless can now feel heavy. What once gave quick energy now gives crashes. So what can you do? You don't have to ban dried fruit forever, but respect its power. Limit your portion to a tablespoon, not a handful. Always eat it with a healthy fat or protein to slow the sugar spike. A few almonds, a slice of cheese, a spoonful of plain yogurt. Better yet, rehydrate your fruit. Soak dried apricots or prunes in warm water with a pinch of cinnamon and let them plump up again. It's gentler on the gut and easier on your blood sugar. Or choose fresh fruit that loves you back. A pear, a few slices of apple with peanut butter, or a warm bowl of stewed berries with oats. Elegance at this age isn't about deprivation. It's about discernment. You know what your body needs. You've lived long enough to listen when it speaks. So the next time a little raisin box whispers, "I'm healthy," pause. Look at the label. Look at how you feel after. And decide if that bite is lifting you or loading you down. Because the sweetest things in life don't come from a plastic bag. They come from feeling light, clear, and steady, from snacks that serve your body, not surprise it. And that's the kind of sweet you truly deserve. Fruit number 6. Banana. The silent build-up. It's the fruit most of us never questioned. A banana on the kitchen counter has always meant something good. A simple snack, a sign of energy, the quick fix after a long walk or before an afternoon nap. You grew up with it. You gave it to your children. Maybe now you eat one every morning out of habit, or even comfort. But here's the hard part. After 60, your body isn't the same. And neither is its relationship with bananas. You see, bananas are rich in potassium. And while potassium is essential for heart health, for nerve function, for muscle strength, too much of it becomes a hidden risk, especially when your kidneys are no longer filtering like they used to. And the scariest thing? Many people don't even know their kidneys are slowing down. Hyperkalemia, or high potassium in the blood, doesn't always announce itself with a bang. Sometimes it whispers, a flutter in your chest, a shortness of breath that you chalk up to the weather, a heaviness in your legs, or a heartbeat that feels off, unsettled. Carol, 71, from North Carolina, used to start her day with a banana and coffee. It was part of her rhythm. But over time, she noticed her energy dipped, her ankles swelled, her heartbeat skipped. Her doctor ordered blood work, and her potassium levels were dangerously high. They traced it back to her daily banana, combined with her blood pressure medication. A fruit, she thought, was helping, was slowly building up against her heart. It doesn't mean bananas are evil. It means they require respect. Because after 60, healthy has to be personal. Not what's on the label, but what your body can safely use. If you're taking medications for blood pressure, heart rhythm, or kidney support, too much potassium can turn your daily fruit into a daily risk. And it doesn't stop at potassium. Bananas digest fast. Their sugar hits your bloodstream quickly. If you're managing diabetes or even mild insulin resistance, that sweet morning fruit might be spiking your blood sugar, leaving you foggy, irritable, or suddenly sleepy by mid-morning. So what can you do? You don't need to give up bananas completely, but you do need to change how you eat them. Keep your portions small. Half a banana is often plenty, and always pair it with something that slows absorption. A spoonful of almond butter, a slice of whole grain toast, a few walnuts. Let it work with your body, not against it. Better yet, explore fruits that offer the nutrients without the overload. Strawberries, bright, energizing, and blood sugar friendly. Pears, soft, hydrating, and easy on your kidneys. A handful of blueberries, brain-loving, heart-safe. This isn't about restriction. It's about realignment. Your body is wiser now, more sensitive. It's asking for gentle fuel, not just tradition. So the next time you peel back that yellow skin, pause and ask, am I eating this because it's right for me now, or because it once was? At this stage, the smallest shifts can bring the greatest relief. Because true nourishment isn't just what fills you, it's what frees you. Fruit number 7, pineapple. Sweet bite, sour aftermath. You take a bite. It's juicy, golden, bright. For a second, it takes you back. Maybe to a summer cookout. Maybe to that Hawaiian cruise you still remember like yesterday. Pineapple feels like joy. It feels like sunshine. But after 60, joy in a fruit shouldn't come with a price your stomach has to pay. You see, pineapple is more than just sweet. It's powerful. Inside that cheerful yellow flesh is an enzyme called bromelain. When we were younger, our digestive system could take that enzyme in stride. But as we age, the lining of our stomach becomes thinner, our acid balance more fragile, and the harmony we once had with foods like pineapple begins to falter. And that bromelain? It starts to act more like sandpaper than support. It's subtle at first. A little bit of bloating, a wave of nausea after your smoothie, that burning sensation at bedtime that makes you reach for antacids. But over time, if you have GERD, ulcers, or even take daily anti-inflammatories or aspirin, pineapple's benefits may quietly turn into chronic discomfort. Take Marie, 74, from South Carolina. Every morning, she blended frozen pineapple into her shake, thinking she was feeding her body something vibrant and healthy. But then came the stomach aches, the loss of appetite, the restless sleep. Her doctor assumed it was medication. Until one day, she skipped the pineapple, and the pain left with it. She never saw fruit the same way again, and this isn't rare. For women in their 60s, 70s, and beyond, digestive changes are not a weakness. They're a natural shift. What we need now is not intensity, but ease. Not acid, but comfort. If pineapple has been a long-time favorite, you don't have to say goodbye forever. But maybe it's time to say not today. Especially if your gut is already asking for gentleness. Try this instead. A bowl of soft, steamed pear slices with a sprinkle of cinnamon. Warm, calming, and deeply satisfying. Chilled honeydew or cantaloupe. Hydrating, refreshing, and easy on every part of your system. A spoonful of probiotic yogurt with berries. Cooling, balancing, and friendly to both your digestion and your heart. Or if you must keep pineapple, treat it like a spice, not a staple, a garnish, not a meal. A few bites with food, never alone, and only if it loves you back. Because after 60, health isn't just about what's good. It's about what's good for you. For your body now, for your peace now, for your ease now. And that, dear friend, is what real wisdom looks like on a plate. You're not changing your diet. You're changing your life. You've spent a lifetime learning to care for others. Feeding families, planning meals, putting your own hunger, your own health, second. But something shifts after 60. Not just in your body, but in your spirit. Suddenly the question becomes, is what I'm eating still nourishing the woman I've become? Because fruit, for so long, felt like the safest thing on the plate. Natural. Sweet. Simple. But no one told us that aging changes the rules, that your kidneys can't process what they once did, that your stomach speaks more loudly now, that even a grape or a banana might need a second thought. And realizing that isn't shameful. It's powerful. This isn't about cutting out joy. It's about tuning into wisdom. This isn't about fearing food. It's about respecting the woman you are now. Because let's be honest, the body you live in today, it's earned a different kind of care. Softer, slower, deeper. So no, You don't have to toss out your fruit bowl. You just have to fill it with intention. Kiwi instead of mango. Berries instead of grapes. A slice of pear where pineapple used to sit. Tiny changes. Big shifts. In how you sleep, how you digest, how you feel in your skin. And here's the part that really matters. Every smart choice you make now isn't just about avoiding illness. It's about claiming your energy, your clarity, your calm. That quiet knowing that says, I'm not trying to be younger, I'm trying to be more me. So let me ask you, which fruit on this list made you stop and think? Drop it in the comments. Your insight might help another woman breathe easier today. Tap like if you've ever felt confused by what's healthy, and you're ready for food that fits your real life. And hit subscribe, because these videos are made just for you. Not for the girl you were, but for the woman you've become. This chapter isn't about shrinking. It's about shining in every smart, strong, delicious choice you make.